Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Come again with me in language assessment. Okay. After the previous meeting, we talk about alternative assessment, and the main topic there is observation doing by the teacher. In here, we will do the observation, but by peer or by self. Peer assessment, self-assessment. Yeah. Comparing with observation, the observation can be done by the teacher. So while the teacher is teaching, he or she conducted the observation to the activity, to the classroom, to the students' activity. But in here, teacher teach and the teachers is helped by the students. The students give a score or give a criteria to their friend or to their self. When the students give criteria or grade their classmates, so it means peer assessment. When the students grade their self, it means self-assessment. Okay, you got this point? Okay, I hope so. The involvement of learners in learning. Yeah. So the learners here is this activity is very full learner centered, because the learner do activity and they observe or grade the activity itself by the learners. And what is the role of the teacher here? The teacher role is comprehending the class, make the situation conducive, make the work happen, make the students can grade their friends or grade their self honestly, honestly, objectively too, because it is related to learner autonomy. So learners try to make a score on their friends' performance. This is the point. Okay, this is the example. The intermediate level, B1 level, teenage learner designed the brochure. Of Canadian National Public Choice. After having done research, learners are evaluate their peers draft in pairs. Okay, learners evaluate their peer draft in pairs, and the criteria they collaborative are agreed on are yang jadi kriterianya yang dinilai itu ininya dalam brosur itu. Nah, contohnya seperti itu aktivitinya. Jadi one students or a group of students make a brochure, and another group of students evaluate the brochure. And how to evaluate? Use this peer assessment template. Name ABCD, and the work result can be something like this. Good or excellent, and this is medium, and this is need improvement. This good or excellent, this is medium, and this is need improvement. Not poor, not bad, but need improvement. Kategorinya seperti itu. Can you understand until this step? Okay. Then you should watch this video also. Peer assessment can be done with very young learners. Jadi murid yang masih sangat kecil pun, anak kecil pun bisa melakukan itu. Tergantung gurunya, guide-nya. Ya kan? Biasanya it happens in productive skill, just like speaking or writing. But in receptive skill, listening and reading, the peer assessment possible or not? Is it possible for that? I think it is possible also, but it take a whole class and in time, in it a special time. Contohnya ngoreksi bareng-bareng. Nah, disitulah seorang guru harus percaya pada penilaian siswanya. And then this kind of activity, young learners at the beginning level A2, beginning ya, give presentation entitled My Family and I. In the presentation, each learner present his or her family members and describe this. After each presentation, the other learners ask questions about the family members presented. At the end, every learner assess his or her presentation using can-do description. This type of activity can take place at the end of the unit. Ya, ini contohnya seperti ini activity-nya ya. So, teachers do not need to grade the students by themselves. The learners can help the teachers. Ya kan? Mungkin Anda juga sebagai siswa bisa menilai pekerjaan Anda sendiri, bisa menilai pekerjaan teman Anda sendiri. Bukan, tidak harus selalu gurunya yang mengasih nilai atau gradingnya, nggak harus selalu gurunya. And this is for self-assessment for this activity, My Family and I. I can describe my hobbies. I can talk about my favorites. I can write about animal or my pet. I can gitu. Self-assessment, bisa menilai diri sendiri, reflectionnya. Then, here is an example for a self-assessment form. Include the descriptor from the list above that you find relevant. I can, ini, ya, bisa atau tidak? Nah, tergantung. Bisa, setengah-setengah, bisa agak bingung, dan ini perlu belajar lagi. What can you do about it? Please also ask your teacher. Nah, di sini ditulis ya, yang kamu tidak bisa atau yang kamu bisa atau bingung, bisa diskusikan dengan teachernya. Full student centered. Have you ever used this method? Rarely. In Indonesia, rarely use this method because when I say the reason why, and this will become the advantages and disadvantages of self-assessment and peer assessment. This only the disadvantages. Advantagesnya apa? Banyak sekali. Nanti ya, sabar ya, tunggu ya. Okay, let's continue. To develop learner autonomy, self and peer assessment. Positifnya, develop learner autonomy, make the learner more responsible with their decision. Tuh. Nah, in this one, watch 2 short video by blah blah blah, and after you watch this, after you watch this video, you can see the benefits of self and peer assessment and the limitation. You will know after you watch this video. Next, peer assessment, self-assessment is also conducted in portfolio assessment. Observation by the teacher is also can be conducted in portfolio assessment. What is portfolio assessment? Portfolio is the foreign language classroom is a collection of a learner's work that display the progress that the learner is making in connection with classroom goals. This assessment method is very learner-centered. Portfolio. Usually, the students submitted the work samples the work samples, and it is corrected together or evaluate together in the class. The teachers and the students evaluate together at the same time. Jadi nanti tuker-tukeran kerjaan, and usually the material is about learners writing, reading a journal, audio or video recording. This is called portfolio. Jadi produknya itu ini. Below is a sample of list suitable materials for a foreign language portfolio. Nah, portfolio materialnya yang suitable ini. Suitable materials for a foreign language portfolio. Ini materinya ini ya. Poetry, essay on solar energy, artwork or photo, a dialogue, homework exercise, video, notes on a teacher presentation. How to introduce portfolio assessment in English foreign language classroom. How to introduce it. The purpose of the portfolio need to be clearly communicated in advance first. Jadi portfolio ini ditujukan untuk apa? Final resultnya nanti siswanya disuruh buat apa dan standarnya seperti apa. Jadi hasil yang diinginkan dalam produk itu yang seperti apa itu diomongkan di awal, disampaikan di awal. The reflection, self-assessment, and documenting function are usually considered to be the most important function of the portfolio, but there are also others. Ownership of the portfolio can increase learner motivation. Jadi nanti portfolionya itu dikasih nama seperti hak paten ya, dikasih hak paten tapi kecil-kecilan aja hak paten. Kalau itu tidak dipublikasikan hak paten di dalam kelas itu, dikasih nama yang besar. Kalau copy paste kerjaan saya bayar royalti ya. Iya, mie rebus satu mangkok di kantin misalnya royaltinya nanti bisa copy paste kerjaan saya. enggak gitu. Ownership to minimize plagiarism. This is the assessment. Okay, after this part I think you have an imagination about your class later. Nah, advantages and disadvantages using portfolio. Advantages, disadvantages. Apa? Nanti mesti ada nih, nanti. Suggest the following step for successful portfolio development. Ini. Kalau kita bahas ini, advantages and disadvantages, we can compare our work, our opinion. We can compare it. But however, in this book, the author provided a link and a video link, and we can study better if we check the video link. How to make a successful portfolio development? There are some steps. This is the step. State objective clearly. Select one main function and connect to the curriculum. One main function, the function of your portfolio, the kind of your portfolio, and connect it to the curriculum. Jadi fungsi dari portfolio ini di dalam kurikulum apa? What is the significance? Give guidelines. How to give it? Give clear selection criteria of materials. Communicate assessment criteria to students. Assessment criteria, the goal. Jadi hasil yang diharapkan nanti seperti ini, diperlihatkan contohnya. Designate time within the curriculum for portfolio development. Waktunya. Establish periodic schedules for review and conferencing. Nah, di sini review and conferencing itu dikasih jadwal tersendiri. For to conduct the peer assessment or self assessment itu dikasih waktu tersendiri di kelas itu. Designate the accessible place to keep portfolio. Accessible place to keep portfolio jelas disimpan di dalam kelas. Itu kalau kelasnya nggak moving class, tapi kalau moving class ya kita sesuaikan saja, ini nggak harus ya. Nah, provide positive feedback giving final assessment. Positive feedback, jadi apa, seperti feedback but it is for all, but it is positive. It must in positive. On completion of the portfolio and or a term, a final assessment should be given. The types of grading range from numerical scores to verbal evaluation depending on the educational context. Numerical scores enable the comparison of performance across students, and it might be appropriate in other ways, high-stakes assessment cultures due to their face validity. Yeah, you can read it by yourself. If you read it time by time and you do the repetition, and you will understand. The keywords is you choose a keyword. Completion, for example. And this is the last activity. You need to imagine this kind of situation. Your learners have retold a story you have worked on in class as a written text and have included in this their portfolio. Jadi after you retell a story, then the students, the learners make a written text of what the teachers is conveying to them in their portfolio. Jadi retelling ya. Your job now is to evaluate the written product of the learner. Jadi situasinya seperti itu di kelas. Kemudian how to do the portfolio assessment. Design a sample writing skill. Kriteria: learner engagement, depth of content, creativity, learner's language, accuracy. Engagement: effort invested in selecting and evaluating work samples. Depth content ditaruh di sini. Creativity ditaruh di nomor 3. Learner language, structures, vocabulary, grammar taruh di nomor 4, and accuracy taruh di nomor 5. And then you need to make a grade, grading them. Very good, good, satisfactory, needs improvement. Hanya seperti itu saja. But this is the aspect. Ya, engagement. Tahu kan engagement? Ya, kayak apa ya? How well the students understand. what poin-poin dari apa storytellingnya ini, poin-poin dari storytellingnya, storynya itu yang diambil apa saja. Nah, di sini bisa dicek how students understand the content. YouTube. I think it's enough. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.